Chiputil Ledu Kadu, guys. Hope I'm audible to all of you. Just give me a second. My name is Shubham Sagar. Today is 22nd October 2025. So, yes, sir. And today we'll do Hindu analysis of this particular day only, right? My name is Shubham Sagar, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Let me see if I can hear myself, and you can also join this Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shubh. I will share this Hindu analysis PDF by 9:30 a.m. So yeah, I think I can hear myself. Good morning, GYN. Good morning, Anandu. Good morning, Gajanan. Good morning, Kirija. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, everyone. So let's start the discussion. So yesterday I gave you people two questions, right? Cruise missile, how it is different from ballistic missile. You have to choose the best option here. So what is the best option? Good morning, Iltush. What is the best option here? Well, cruise missile follows a high arcing trajectory while ballistic missiles flow low or fly low rather. We have talked about BrahMos yesterday, BrahMos missile, and there we had this discussion related to ballistic and cruise, subsonic, supersonic, and hypersonic, etc. So what is the best possible option, guys? Cruise missile powered through flight, blah blah blah. Ballistic missiles follow a parabolic trajectory. Cruise missiles cannot carry conventional warheads. Ballistic missile can, blah blah. You just see this. I'm not reading. Cruise missile only subsonic. Ballistic missile only supersonic. So Iltush, Kirija, Gajanan, Annie. Good morning, Mamta. All of you have given the answer. The answer is B. Cruise missiles powered through flight and fly at low altitude. Ballistic missile follow a parabolic trajectory. And cruise missile you can control more, you can change the path. On the other hand, ballistic is aided by gravity, follow a parabolic path. Let's solve this particular question. Which of the following statement is correct about missile ranges? Subsonic, hypersonic, and supersonic. We had a discussion yesterday again when we were discussing BrahMos missile, and when we were talking about Honorable Yogi Adityanath and Honorable Rajnath Singh sir. Honorable Chippandees, guys. Chippandees is the answer. What is the answer for this question? Subsonic, supersonic, hypersonic, these are very important terms. As somebody says, Nadi kinare saap hai, ye sab galat karna paap hai. That means alongside a river bank, you will see a snake. And if you're making mistakes in these questions, then it's a sin. Gandhi baat, gandhi baat. That means it's a bad stuff. So who has given the answer? Iltush, Annie, Kirija, Anandu, all of you have given the answer. Answer is B. Very good. Let's move on to the articles of today, guys. So back to the present. First article on opinion. We generally take first article as that article which we have not discussed or which is very important from mains perspective. Sorry, international relation, we already have done so many mains question on it. So let's take a question on domestic workers who are working in your house, cleaning and all those stuff, housemaid, etc. There's no law as such to protect them, and they're very vulnerable. Sexual exploitation, long working hours, and whatnot. So we need a law, and that's what our Gita and Preeti is saying. Preeti is very pretty. Let's not. And she was one of my friend, then we drifted apart because she went to British Columbia. But yeah, good girl, a very good girl. Let's focus, guys. So we need a law to protect domestic worker. Which states have done anything about it? Tamil Nadu, as always, they are very good in these things, and Karnataka. So they are role models when it comes to doing something for domestic workers. Then is ILO, International Labour Organization, talking about domestic workers? Yes. What is the convention number? 189. Why this is important? Because UPSC has already asked questions on these convention numbers. So they can even ask you 189 convention number is associated with what? Cool. So domestic workers. What is the status of India when it comes to ILO convention number 189? We initially, when we were there, we were like, well, yeah, we like it. Very good, very good. But when we went back and came to our own country, we did not ratify it. So we have not signed, like we do not accept it. Basically, that is the scenario. But yes, we need a law. India needs a law. Nation wants to know what government is doing on these, protection of these domestic workers who are very vulnerable. So 2025 January, Supreme Court sets union government that do something, guys. You people are very, like workaholic, working all the time, but take some time out of your working hours and do something for these domestic workers. Set up a committee and make a law. Committee was supposed to submit the report in 6 months, but we don't know what is the status right now. Maybe they are busy in fueling religion-based enmity. Okay, let's not. So status of domestic workers in India. India has 4 million to 90 million domestic workers. 1 million is 10 lakh, guys. Oh my god, do the maths. This is a huge number. And very like a majority, and here comes the rationale of positive affirmation. People talk about reservation and why reservation should be on the basis of social criteria, not economic criteria. EWS thing, my cousin brother, he is taking benefits under EWS. I am general category, we both are Brahmins, right? I don't have anything against EWS, guys. I'm just giving you a point to say why we need reservation on social basis and not economic criteria, because economic criteria is very transient in nature, as we have discussed. You are poor today, you will not be poor tomorrow. I have started this particular channel, like restarted this channel, 2 months have passed. I'm not earning much today, but that will not be the scenario 10 months down the line if I keep on doing it. Numbers grow and you grow with them. So economy is a very transient criteria. That is not the status with social things. Like we have discussed, manual scavengers, people who are cleaning septic tanks, they are mainly from scheduled caste. These domestic workers, majority women and girls, how many general category of Brahmin women are working within your house setup? No, they are not. So generally people from these strata, they are working in this domestic worker category. That also shows why we need reservation on the basis of social category. I know many people will be like, good morning Harshini, very close friend of yours, very close friend of mine, Mamta. So again, these are the points which you will use to justify. Reservation is a very tricky topic these days, guys. I'm not in favor, not in against. In fact, if you see from my point of view, I have missed so many things by just few marks. So I should be ideally against reservation, but I am not, because when you read stuff, you realize stuff. So it's not like I'm in favoring 80% reservation, this and that. Meritocracy has a role, but I'm just saying where reservation is needed and where reservation is not. And these are the points which you will use to cite why we need reservation based on social criteria. Supreme Court directive came regarding these when there was a trafficking which happened, and you can understand where we are going with this. What are the issues and challenges? They're working within private homes. What are the things which are being done to them? We don't know. It's very atomized, the work. Are they under any particular union, trade organization? Do these domestic workers, are they registering themselves somewhere? And that is what this article or editorial or opinion rather is talking about. They should register themselves. If somebody is coming to your home, it will make things tough for you people or other people who wants domestic home, like helper in a swifter manner. But we have to think about their scenario as well: harassment, child labor. And this is one scenario. Most of these domestic workers are child labor because nobody is looking for them, because again, this is very atomized. How many hours they will work, there's no nothing fixed for them. 8 hours, 12 hours they will work, as long their owner okay. International ILO convention number 189, remember, they can ask you, and they have already asked earlier, related to child labor. So they can ask on domestic worker which convention of ILO talks about it. India voted when we were there in ILO. We were like, yeah, 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 very good, very good. But we did not ratify it. Ratification is needed. Only then it will be coming into picture in India. So these are some things which you have to keep in mind. Multiple attempts since 1950s to pass a central law, but maybe they are vulnerable people. Maybe these people, domestic workers, they're not big vote bank. You may feel like, sir, how they are not big vote bank? Because their numbers are huge, right? They are in millions, 4 million to 90 million. Then how come they are not a big vote bank? They are not a vote bank because what happens? Where can you vote? I'm in Gurgaon right now. I have a voter ID of Bihar, so I have to go to Bihar to do my voting thing. There is a very high probability I will not do that. So generally, these domestic workers, they are working in outside their basic domain. Where they're not working in their home state generally. So if you're not working in your home state, there's a very low probability that you will vote. And that also leads to why they are not, there is no such attempt made to pass a central law. Maybe they don't matter, but they should matter. NPDW was formed, National Platform for Domestic Workers, in 2012. What is this NPDW? As the name suggests, it's an organization, it's a group, it's an NGO kind of a thing, where civil society and different workers, sympathetic people like you and me, they came together and they formed something. And they even proposed a draft bill in 2017 for domestic workers, where they talked about all these things, how there should be certain amount of setup. We can learn from Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu the most, and then Karnataka the second most. These two states, they are doing something for these workers. And again, we can learn a lot of lessons from them. So Tamil Nadu, you can see here, 2 million domestic workers, they have 20 lakhs. They established a welfare board. They can ask you, which is the only state in India, sorry, which has a welfare board for domestic workers. Tamil Nadu is the answer. So they had this particular Manual Workers Act, pension, etc., maternity benefits, very forward-looking approach. My maximum students are from Tamil Nadu, and I love them. Very like awesome people, very sensitive people, very good people. Tony, And it's not always like, Tamil people like only Tamil people. They will like anyone if you are concerned about their grievances, but they're very proud about their culture. I'm just telling you about Tamil people in general, what I have realized. And Dhoni is not from Tamil Nadu, but people love him there. So basically, very forward looking approach, and we love it. Few workers are registered, most earn below minimum wage. But the basic rationale is, under this welfare board, which is providing maternity benefit, accident relief, educational aid, etc., etc., not many people are covered. Bring more people under the ambit, you know, bring more people under the ambit of this welfare board. Tamil Nadu, they're doing something about it. This is actually a good thing. Cool. So let's move on. Karnataka, they announced domestic workers bill in 2025, where they talked about registration. These domestic workers, they should be registered. One thing which is very interesting and which is very important is, their grievance should be registered with local authority. Local authority means, even in rural areas, you have domestic workers. So there should be a panchayat, there should be a municipal body which should be dealing with their grievances. It's not like, grievance redressal should only happen at the state or the center level. Local authority should also be addressing their grievances. Written employment contracts, minimum wage, overtime pay, all these things should be guaranteed. You may feel like, so these things are not even guaranteed in proper setups. What will these guys do? How will these guys get that? Everything is possible if we demand for it. So employers must contribute 5% of wages to welfare fund. These thing has to be, has to happen, because these people are one of the most vulnerable group in our country in millions. Only 12 states have minimum wages criteria for these domestic workers, and this minimum wages is actually very minimum. It has to be somewhat more than the current minimum. It has to be revised upwards, and that's what they are saying. NPDW draft bill, Karnataka's model, offer a strong base. So now we need a national law on domestic workers. Sooner the better. That's what this article is talking about. This opinion is talking about. Do remember the key criteria. Tripartite board should issue workbooks. Tripartite board means, it's just like how ILO works. International body. Then you have nations, you have different organizations, you have workers all coming together. Same tripartite board, like employer, employee, and state, should issue workbooks. It means workbooks regarding, again, you can see all these things. Sexual harassment redressal mechanism. This is what we are talking about. This is very important, guys. At local level, have these sexual harassment redressal mechanism, panchayat and urban local bodies. And housing security is essential. Housing security means, most of the people, where do they live? They live in jhuggi jhopi, etc. So you should, and state should take measures, but this is a thing for the future. First of all, provide them protection, these kind of protection. Housing security you can take care later on. First, provide them basic protection. So conclusion, Supreme Court directive is welcome, but incomplete without worker protection. So if we truly want Amrit Kal and Achhe Din, we have to work for these domestic workers. Even though they may not be a big vote bank, but not everything is vote bank. We have to move beyond vote bank. Okay, let's move on. Now let's see this main question. Domestic workers are one of the most invisible and vulnerable workforces in India. Critically examine the challenges faced by domestic workers and discuss measures that can be taken to improve their working condition. So you can talk about domestic workers, their numbers, how there is no national law, and then what are the challenges: sexual exploitation, there's no minimum working hours, child abuse, and all those stuff you can talk about here. And then the measures that can be taken. Here you can take the example of Tamil Nadu, their welfare board, how they're providing maternity benefits, how Karnataka has drafted a bill, how there is a particular board and draft bill presided by or drafted by this particular body, which was created in 2012, NPDW, which has to be implemented, which is talking about tripartite board and all these things. So all these measures you will talk about here. Again, a question. This is a question which you have, if you have not prepared, let's say. We will see one editorial by M.K. Narayanan sir in the subsequent slides. You will realize that that answer can be given by anyone and everyone. But this is a kind of a question which, if you have not prepared, very few things you can write here. So challenges: atomized work, atomized exploitation, irregular hours, lack of national legislation. And then in the solution part, you will talk about the solution of these challenges. We need national legislation, compulsory registration, tripartite boards. You read these things. State example: Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. More so Tamil Nadu, they have the welfare board. Karnataka has introduced this particular bill. It is just a bill. It has not yet become an act. And then you can talk about how India can ratify this ILO Convention 189, so that we don't ratify it because we have to do work on it. We don't want to do work. We just want to do politics in our country. And again, we'll not go there. Domestic workers contribute significant. Blah, blah, blah. You read this thing. I'm not reading. I have given you the basic gist here. Let's solve some questions now. So MCQ 1, ILO Convention 189 deals with what? Minimum wages for industrial workers, social security for migrant workers, elimination of child labor in agriculture, rights and protection of domestic workers. Harshini, Iltush, Annie, they have given the answer. Anandu, Jivayan, all of you have given the answer, right? So, International ILO Convention 189 deals with rights and protection of domestic workers. Very good, yeah. Now, let's move on to next article. Or next question, MCQ2. Assertion and reason. Domestic workers face challenges due to atomized nature of their work. And reason, most domestic workers work in large factories where inspections are difficult. Kirija has also given the answer. Very good, Kirija. So Harshini, Iltush, Annie, Mamta, Anandu, Jiva, and Kirija. So what is the answer of this particular question, guys? Why is my hair like this? Harshini, Iltush, they have given the answer for C. So most domestic workers don't work in large factory, guys. These domestic workers work in isolated homes, atomized work. See, atomized, isolated homes. And if there are large factories, why inspection will be difficult? So reason is wrong on so many levels. This R is incorrect. Just if you know R is incorrect, you will get the answer, that is C. As stated by Harshini, Iltush, Anandu and Jivayan. Very, very, very good. Mamta also stated it. Which Indian state has established a welfare board for domestic workers under Manual Workers Act 1982? So, Harshini, Iltush, Anandu, Jiva, and Mamta, Gajanan, all of you have answered the question. Assertion reason, don't. Sometimes people have a phobia. Oh my god, assertion reason, so tough. Don't. Just do option elimination. That will help you. So, Jivayan and Harshini, they have given the answer for third. Jivayan, Harshini, Iltush, Any, Anandu, Mamta, Kirija, Gajanan, all of you. So the answer is Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has established a welfare board for domestic workers under the Manual Workers Act 1982. Second article of the day, page 6 editorial written by M.K. Narayanan sir, who is a former director, Intelligence Bureau, former NSA, former governor of West Bengal, very influential figure. What he is saying, he's saying the reality of this world, very influential figure. Friendless world, and friendless world not only for India in general, not only for IR, from IR perspective, in like life also, guys. You know, when you are young, you people are very young, most of you are less than 18, right? So when you will become 18 plus, you will realize parties, this and that. When the times, when the going gets tough, nobody is going to help you. You are your only savior. Remember it. And that's what MK Narayanan sir is saying in when we are talking about Indian perspective, that we are not adopting, like we are not understanding how things are going, and we have to, even though we have S. Jayasankar sir, who was an IFS officer, MK Narayanan sir is not very happy with how India is doing things when it comes to foreign perspective. There was a Gaza summit, if you remember. We have talked about this in previous Hindu analysis. In that Gaza summit, we did not send Modi sir. Modi sir goes here, there, everywhere. With due respect to Modi sir, we know he's not free and he takes his own sweet time. But he did not go to Gaza summit. Some lower level representative went and this and that. So this is not good. MK Narayanan sir is saying that this is not good. We have to understand, with Donald Trump's rise, this multilateralism, plurilateralism, etc. have weakened, and we have to be very pragmatic. Gen Z protest happened in Nepal. What we did, we just waited and watched this whole thing. That did not used to happen earlier. We used to have a say in that. Now we are doing wait and watch policy. This, SCO summit happened in 2025, where China proposed global governance initiative. Just because we are not happy with US, we are now talking with China, India, China, Hindi Chini, bhai bhai, and we have forgotten about Galwan. Not means great approach. We can never trust China. Trump will be Goa gone soon. US will again be back to what they were earlier, but you can never trust China, in the words of MK Narayanan sir. This forgetting about Galwan, yes, we are best friends now because US is a common enemy. That's not how international affairs work. So he's talking about a lot of things here from different perspective, which you have to understand. So he is saying, MK Narayan sir is saying, India has not demonstrated adequate flexibility. Whenever you're writing these things in exam also, you have to cite examples. We'll see examples how India is not doing good. As Jayasankar sir, this, as Jayasankar sir, that media is portraying this and that. We love him, we respect him. But our foreign affairs is going nowhere according to this editorial. India is increasingly friendless and isolated in world affairs. We'll see how. We are in top five global economies, but what is our geopolitical influence? Vishwaguru, this guru, that guru, the Godi media, and this and that. I'm not saying Godi media, different perception says. Reality is starkly opposite to whatever these channels are portraying. Trust deficit is happening. Nobody is trusting us. Everybody is skeptical some way or the other. West Asia, Gaza peace settlement, Modi sir did not went there. Although he can go anywhere and everywhere. Again, we are not saying he can, but yeah, he did not went to Gaza peace settlement. Nepal Gen Z revolution happened. We were just waiting and watching. We were not doing this earlier. We had a say. We did a lot of stuff earlier. Now wait and watch. Strategic concern. Turkey is rising. Saudi Arabia, Pakistan strategic defense pact happened. What we did? Wait and watch. All these things are happening under our nose, especially the Saudi Arabia Pakistan strategic defense pact. That is an attack on one country, is attack on us both. Not good for India at all. Saudi Arabia used to be a good partner of ours, guys. So this is not good. Doesn't matter what mainstream media and this and that talks about. So MK Narayanan sir is saying that India foreign policy lacks innovation, agility, and strategic foresight. It's just that we are just there in posturing. Pakistan, Afghanistan are fighting. We are happy. Nothing to be happy about. We discussed it yesterday. Taliban has always been very close to ISI. So this whole TTP issue, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan issue, is a temporary thing. They will again come together. Pakistan under General Asim Munir pose a renewed threat to India. What are we doing about it? Waiting and watching. Let's see. Bangladesh and Nepal both are increasingly hostile towards India. Bangladesh now, Sheikh Hasina, we are shielding Sheikh Hasina. Bangladesh is not happy. We know. Nepal, we did not do anything. Sri Lanka is currently neutral, but Hambantota port is under China, and God knows what will happen when China will continue or increase their interference in Sri Lanka. So situation is not very good. You cannot always say no, 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 this and that. You have to understand. When I'm saying all these things, I'm not anti-national, guys. We are, or MK Narayanan sir is not anti-national when he's saying all these things. He's just saying, posing a true picture, because mainstream media is not, you know, this and that. Relation with China, it's superficial. Currently, we are engaging with China. Why? Because we are not engaging with US that much. Tianjin meeting happened, SCO, where China talked about global governance initiative. One thing which we have to understand is China is trying to take the place of US. That's why they proposed this called GGI, which in a way is trying to replace UN. Not officially. Officially, they are saying that it will be complementing UN. But what is this global governance initiative? They want to become the leader of global South. They want to become the leader of world in general, China, and we are supporting them. Why? Because now we have to downplay the role of US. India has downplayed Galwan border clash after this Tianjin meeting. China remains a conundrum. India must stay cautious, and Xi Jinping is more aggressive and less. As you can see here, whenever you will read about China and all, there are different premiers of China. Xi Jinping, his policy is aggressive aggrandizement. His policy revolves around aggressive aggrandizement. There was another premier, Chinese premier, I think Deng Xiaoping. So his policy is aggressive aggrandizement. You can never trust Xi Jinping. Deng Xiaoping, when he was a premier, his policy was hide your strength and bid your time. So it varies from premier to premier. The current China under Xi Jinping, India can never trust them, according to MK Narayanan. So emerging China-led order. So now US is declining, China is expanding, and indirectly we are helping China right now. China uses economic, academic, and cyber strategies to build soft power. India must guard against being eclipsed by China-centric Asian order. We can be the leader of Asia, but we have to understand how to guide stuff. Article serves as a wake-up call for India's policy maker. We have alienated Nepal, we have alienated Bangladesh. We did nothing when Saudi Bangladesh or Saudi Pakistan pact happened. Turkey is becoming stronger. They are playing a role in Gaza summit. We did not send our PM, honorable PM sir, to Gaza summit. All these things not very good. So we have to modernize our diplomatic approach, engage more meaningfully, and exercise eternal vigilance to safeguard strategic autonomy, as you can read here. Sir, in what ways India could have acted in Nepal protest? Wouldn't that amount to interfering with their sovereign affairs? Raw research and analysis wing. What do you think they have been created for, Harshini? Do you think they are doing nothing in the background? The point is, these things could have been seen earlier. Everything. Don't you think India is interfering anywhere or everywhere? We do, but everything is behind the doors. But right now, the way things are happening, it is showing that maybe whatever we are doing, that is not enough. That's what this article is talking about. As far as interference is concerned, any big country will interfere in the affairs of the smaller countries. The only thing is whether those interference are yielding result or not. Right now, seeing the ground reality, what is happening in Nepal, what is happening in Bangladesh, and again, what is happening with Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, it feels like we are not doing enough, or whatever we are doing is not yielding result. That's what MK Narayanan sir is saying. So we have already means always done stuff, or tacitly, non-tacitly, it's just about result. Everybody is concerned about result. Hope you are understanding, Harshni, where we are going with this. It's not about interference, non-interference. So India's future is promising, but its destiny depends on adaptability, vigilance, and proactive diplomacy. So we have to do something about it. It doesn't look good. This whole scenario is not looking good for us, and we have to be a little bit more proactive, according to MK Narayanan sir. Understood, sir? Predicting the risk before in hand and staying vigilant. Very Harshini is such a good girl. So MCQ 4: which of the following countries signed a strategic mutual defense agreement as per the article, signaling India's marginalization in West Asia? Like this whole thing, this MCQ 4 is about something. This should not have happened. This is a big blow to India, directly, indirectly. This whole thing, this MCQ 4 thing, is a big blow to India. Not good for us at all, in any way, whatever way you want to justify it. So, Harshini, Iltush, Jivayan, Ani, Gajanan, Mamta, Anandu, all of you have answered it. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. We know this whole thing happened because of Israel. Israel attacked Qatar, Saudi Arabia was concerned, and that's why they had this pact. But this also means that if Israel attacks Saudi Arabia, Pakistan will help Saudi Arabia. Think about the other way around. If Pakistan is in attack with, or India and Pakistan war is going on, Saudi Arabia will go against us. That in itself is such a big thing to think about, even, right? Which of the following best summarizes article's recommendation for India? So who answered it? Harshini, Iltu, Jivayan, Annie, Gajanan, Mamta, Anandu, Kirija. Very good. So which of the following best summarizes the article recommendation for India? What should India do, or what is the recommendation of MK Narayanan sir? So Harshini and Iltush, they have given the answer. India must modernize diplomacy, be vigilant, and protect its civilizational identity. Harshini, Iltush, Anandu, Annie, Mamta, Gajanan, all of you have given the answer. GYN, cool, yeah. Cool, 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 cool. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. We'll talk about some things. And again, guys, write answers. I will keep on telling you people. You people are not understanding, guys. If you're writing answer, awesome. But start. If you people are preparing for 2026, you have to write answers a lot till January. If you're preparing for 27, then you can go slowly, 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 slowly. But again, if you are not, let me be very blunt here. It's not about joining my mains answer evaluation or not. It doesn't. It's fine. It will give me some money, this and that. That's okay. I'm not telling about me being the evaluator. I'm just telling you right answers. And again, if you have not written enough answers till January 2026, skip this attempt. Let me be very blunt. There are two things which you have to understand. One, if you have not completed your optional by January 2026, completed means prepared proper notes, have two files for optional, paper 1, paper 2, proper notes. If you have not done that by January, skip this attempt. 26, don't waste your attempt if you are from general category. And if you're not concerned, if your attempt is like is not an issue, then give it. But if your attempt is an issue, skip this. And second, not written enough answers, because your mains answer writing will give you rank, not anything else. Not written enough answers. If you have not written enough answers, let's say 100 answers from now till January, skip this attempt. Because even if you clear pre, you don't have to become a prelims warrior, pre-warrior. What will happen if you clear pre year after year? But if you're not clearing mains, it doesn't make any difference. So if these two things are not done by January 2026, skip this year's attempt. If you're from general category, or if attempt or even OBC, they also have limited attempts, right? But 9 is good number. If you are a general and you have these issues, skip this, skip this, skip this. And I'm very serious, very serious. I'm not joking. I don't joke. This is a very serious matter. I do joke, but I'm not joking in this regard. So these two things you have to, these two criterias. Now let's focus. Page number one, net FDI fell 159% in August, RBI data. So RBI has given this data. We have to understand certain terms, net FDI, gross FDI. We will talk about that. Before we talk about all these things, tell me one thing. This FDI thing will lie under what? Current account or capital account? So this is under current account or capital account. And why I'm showing you this particular Hindu editorial, there's a reason. It is a part of what we have discussed this current and capital account a lot. See, so this is the news which is there on page number one. Net FDI fell 159% in August. See this news, Modi sir. India, a symbol of stability in a world going through crisis. So again, there is a very good saying which Modi sir used to say, hypocrisy ki bhi seema hoti hai. We like, what does that mean is there is a limit to hypocrisy. Net FDI is falling 159% in August, but India is a symbol of stability. Now you may feel like Modi sir is eating his own words. He is not. He is. He never eats his own words. Whatever he says, he means it. So there is a reason, and you will, by the end of this article, you will understand why Modi sir is saying. Although these two articles can be, independent of each other, you may feel like maybe Hindu has done a stupidity or intentionally they have done this. Kept these two articles side by side. In one, net FDI is falling 159%, and in second, we are a symbol of stability. But be with me, you will understand. Whatever Modi sir says, he never jokes around. He means it. So net FDI, there are certain terms which we have to understand from exam perspective. What is FDI, Arpana is saying? FDI is foreign direct investment, Arpana. Foreign direct investment means what money? Let's say Amazon is there. You may have heard or bought something from Amazon. So Amazon is coming, establishing their headquarter in Hyderabad. So they are coming with their own pomp and show. They have their own machinery, infrastructure. So they're investing a lot of money. This is FDI. Simplest example of FDI, foreign direct investment. They are there for the long haul. Money also comes from foreign investors in volatile manner. That is FPI, foreign portfolio investment or foreign institutional investment. In that scenario, they are not setting up a establishment in Hyderabad or Gurugram, etc. So FPI, FII, all these things, as Anandu, Mamta, any GY and all of you have stated, it is under capital account. FDI is under FDI, FPI, they are under capital account. Cool. So now net FDI and gross FDI, what do these terms mean? Gross FDI means whatever money has come into our country, gross FDI. Amazon, other country means companies, let's say Barclays, they came here, they invested here, they established their headquarters here. How much money came in August? Net FDI is what? Gross, like, so Amazon, Barclays, etc., they are coming and investing in India. At the same time, our companies like SBI, or let's any a company, LIC, etc., they're going to African countries, US, they're investing there. So net FDI is gross FDI plus also another thing, repatriation. What is repatriation? Repatriation means Amazon, Barclays, they are also earning some profit. They are sending their money back to their own country so that they can run their family, their wife, their kids, they can eat two breads and biscuit and all those stuff. So repatriation. So net FDI is gross FDI minus this repatriation thing, minus our companies going abroad. All these things, when you're subtracting, that is giving you net FDI. So net FDI is negative in August 2025. More money left the country than entered. So this whole profit shifting or even disinvestment, Amazon, Barclays, let's say they sell their particular setup in Hyderabad. So repatriation, disinvestment, all these things you will subtract from gross FDI plus our company sending money abroad, investing money abroad, then you will get net FDI. This August, it is in negative. This is not the only time. Even in May, it was negative. Negative means more money is going outside our country than entering our country. Good thing, bad thing, you think about it, because if Modi sir is saying something that we are stable, that means we are stable, guys. So gross inflow, no, you will understand. You cannot, I cannot count you on your performance based in October this month, because this was a think, like, please understand, it's not always funny to criticize Modi sir. Governance is not an easy job. So I will not like right now in October month till Diwali happened, then the Shara was there. So maybe you people did not study enough. I can't count your hard work based on this month's work. I have to take into account 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, how much work you've done. Same way will go with India also. So this month is bad, May was bad, but overall, if you see overall trend summary, medium term, April to August, we are good. Strong FDI performance improved substantially over the previous year. You will understand. I will show you the data. Data is not important. You have to understand these facts and figures. And now you can understand why Modi sir said this. India is a symbol. He does not say anything just like that. What are you people? Oh, let's focus, guys. These days, I don't know what I have eaten. Some god has entered into me. Okay, let's focus. Let's focus. So gross FDI inflows in August were 6,040. Now, I hope you understood some portion related to what is gross FDI, what is net FDI, why net FDI is negative, because more money has left our country. But this is about August in general. In all, we are doing good. Nothing to worry about. Modi sir is there with us. India's firm overseas investment, outward FDI, investment abroad by Indian companies, 1,000. Again, we don't need to understand or see the numbers. Negative net FDI, this is what we are focusing on. August 2025, we had, now this is a big number, guys. So maybe we are not that stable. Big number means minus $616 million in August. And even in May, we had negative net FDI, minus 5 million. The difference is huge, guys. Minus 5 million, minus 660. That, like, just too much. But, as Modi sir said, overall, over a 5 month long period, April to August, we are doing good. Net FDI was in positive and big number, 10,128 million. So over this 5 month period, more money has come into our country rather than going outside our country. Do remember these terms, they are important. Repatriation, these Amazon, Barclays, etc., they're sending money for their family to run, to eat their bread and biscuit and parle G. So that is repatriation. Disinvestment, if they're selling their setup in Hyderabad, Amazon, that is disinvestment. Outward FDI, as you have seen, if SBI, LIC, etc., they go and invest in African or US countries, that is outward FDI. So overall trend summary in monthly, it's harrowing figure, whatever figure we are witnessing in August. But medium term, the performance is good. We don't have to like worry about anything because we have Modi hai to mumkin hai, as so many artists or actors were singing in a T series song. Modi hai to mumkin hai. Everything is mumkin. Okay, let's focus, guys. PYQ 6. UPSC 2013, which of the following constitute a capital account? And you have to practice these questions multiple number of times and solve other PYQs also on FDI. There has been multiple PYQs on FDI. Current account, capital account, there is something called as BOP. It has two component. We discussed this, I think, 10 million number of times up until now. Chipundis. Chipundis here this time, this is an angry Chipundis. So current account, and then you have capital account. What are the components, guys? Chepandis, Chepu, Telsu, Ledu, guys. So, Harshini, Iltush, Rishi, Rishi, do you feel bad if I say anything bad about, Indian government? I'm also a well-wisher, Rishi. I just say things because sometimes, my also blood boils. I love Sunny Devil. So, capital account, current account. Current account, what is there? Balance of trade, BOT. BOT is goods and services, export and import. These are there. That is also known as visible component, like goods is visible. So BOT is basically export and import of goods. This is visible component. Then there you have services income transfer, which is the invisible component. Services income transfer. So visible and invisible component. Visible is export and import of goods, and services income transfer, invisible component. And in this transfer comes remittances. So remittances is a part of current account. If you just know remittances is a part of current account, you can eliminate option, guys. You're left with B1, 2, and 4. Even if you don't know anything about, foreign loan, foreign direct investment, foreign portfolio investment, you can solve this question as stated by Harshin. You people are so good. Harshini, Iltush, Rishi, Anandu, Mamta, Jivan, and Any. And then in capital account, you have FDI, you have FPI, you have ECB, external commercial borrowings, basically loans, fancy names for loans. Even if you feel like FDI, FPI, these companies are investing, they're not doing it for free, do they? MCQ 7. Consider the following statement regarding FDI. Good question, guys. Very conceptual question. Chepandi, Chepandi, Chepu. So gross FDI, total amount of foreign investment coming into a country without considering outflows. Net FDI, difference between gross FDI and outflows from repatriation, biscuit, Parle G. You know, Barclays, etc., Amazon, Jeff Bezos sending money to his poor child, eating Parle-G, repatriation, profit sharing, or sending profit back home, some amount of profit, disinvestment, Indian outward investment abroad. Net FDI can be negative if outflows exceed inflows. All three statements are correct. The answer is C, 1, 2, and 3 only, as stated by Harshini. Jivan also tried it. Iltush, Rishi, Mamta, Gajanan, Jivayan. Very good. How good? Really good. Now let's solve a CSAT plus economic conceptual question. So you have some facts and figures. Calculate net FDI. So there is a hypothetical scenario. Gross FDI inflow $8,000 million, repatriation 5,000, outward FDI by Indian companies $3,500 million. Then what is the net FDI will be? What will be net FDI? So very good, Kirija. So Harshini, Jivayan, Iltush, Rishi, Mamtat, Gajanan, Jivayan, Annie, Kirija. Kirija is such a cute name. Every name is cute. So Harshini did the maths first. Harshini is very good girl. So Harshini, Gajanan, Rishi, Iltush, Kirija, Jivayan, Chepandis. Very good. $500 million. So your gross FDI 8,000, then minus 5,000 plus 3,500. So what is happening? This is 8,500. So minus $500 million. That's what similar scenario has happened in August 2025 in India. So very good, Harshini, Gajanan, Rishi, Iltush, Kirija, Jiva, and any. So now, page number 7, opinion. Does India's 1.9 fertility rate reflect reality? So total fertility rate. Where is this article? Like from which perspective this article is important? GS1. When you people will become big enough and you will write UPSC mains, you will realize that in GS mains paper 1, there is a topic called population. GS2 governance. GS3, GS4 case studies. Very interesting article, very interesting article. I wanted to take some other article, but then when I was reading this article, I was like, oh my God, this is such a good article, man. Such a good perspective this article is giving. What is the perspective of this article? I can summarize this article via one particular image. What is that image? Let's end this hypocrisy ki bhi seema hoti hai. This image. I think you people are very small right now. You know, in our time, there used to be an actor. His name was Ayushman Khurrana. So, what this article is saying can be summarized by this particular image or this particular image. Saif Ali Khan, sir, he's still very young. He will have 3, 4 more kids. So, what is the basic summary of this article? This page, this image summarizes it. Let me be somewhat more clearer. You will understand something more. So, what is total fertility rate? How many kids a woman is having in her lifetime? That is basically on an average. That is total fertility rate. And if total fertility rate of any country is more than 2.1, then the population will increase. Equal to 2.1, population will remain constant, and lesser than 2.1, population will decrease. This 2.1 is RLF, replacement level fertility. India's total fertility rate currently, which they have sent to United Nations Population Fund, is 1.9. That is less than 2.1. So now what has happened in southern states, because population is also a criteria for resource devolution, and because population is lesser or southern states more developed state, they have controlled their population, stabilized their population, they are getting more lesser resources as recommended by finance commission. So southern states, they are like, produce more kids. Venkaiah Naidu sir, he was like, produce more kids, have at least 10 kids or more, eat non-veg, eat egg, chicken, and produce kids. But this is not the reality, guys. This article will give you a perspective that maybe we are just focusing too much on 1.9. And here there is a flawed, we know Aishman Khurana. Oh my God, but really good. There is a flawed analogy also in this whole calculation. We calculate total fertility rate takes into account the age of women between 15 to 49. What about this madam? Is she not a girl? And I find her very cute. This ma'am is very cute. You people don't know her name. I have also right now forgotten her name. she is very cute, she is producing kid, that will not be counted in TFR. Man, she looks so young than 49, but she's more than 49. So this is the issue with this particular TFR calculation. Maybe we are underestimating numbers. Second scenario is this 1.9 is currently we are witnessing TFR 1.9, right? There is another tendency. What is the tendency? What this TFR believes that 15 to 49, every woman has the same capacity of producing child, and they will produce it. It is divided to means different brackets, 15 to 19, something like that. You don't have to do PhD in how they are calculating TFR. I'm just telling you, they are making an assumption that 15 to 19 age group women, or 34 to 39 hypothetical scenario, they all have same probability of producing kids. That's not what is happening in India right now. In urban areas, female, they are delaying, they're freezing their eggs, and all those stuff are happening. So they are doing, or they are going for, or they are producing kids at a later age, unlike in women in rural areas. So at different time periods, kids are being produced. So this article is saying that maybe we are having this 1.9 TFR because of whole this the COVID scenario, this depression and all, people losing job in IT sector. Maybe women is not very enthusiastic about the future, so they are not producing kids right now. Maybe they will produce it after 10 years. Maybe then our total fertility rate will be more than 2.1. Maybe they are just delaying the whole process because of the pessimism surrounding Indian economic environment. Hope you're understanding where we are going with this. It's a very fascinating article, guys. It will give you so interesting perspective. So one thing, first thing first, which we have understood, the issue with current calculation, 15 to 49, they are not considering women of 50 as sexy women who can produce kids like that, ma'am. Shift. So key limitation of total fertility rate, synthetic cohort assumption, real fertility preference change across generation, and there is a pattern change in urban India because of the pessimism and what not. There is a decline in fertility among 15 to 24 age groups, increases among 25 to 49. So women are having kids at a later date. Currently, maybe in urban India, women are delaying their pregnancy, and that's why you have this 1.9 thing. In rural India also, fertility is delayed, but that is between 20 to 34 when they are having maximum kids. So first thing first, you have to take into account this postponement patterns, which they don't. They assume every group, 15 to 19 or whatever, they have same probability of having kids. That is not what is happening in India right now. And then what about 50 years women, 55 years? Are they not? And what about the women or kids below 15? We do have child marriage in India, and kids are also being produced by girls who are below 15. You're not even considering them. So there is a undermining of data. Vicky Donor, very good, Gajanan. So hope you can understand. That is not Vicky Donor, that is Badhai Ho, that movie. So hope you are understanding what is the problem here with this calculation thing, especially this 15 to 49 range. You are excluding girls under 15, women ever 49, Badhai Ho scenario. And then you are assuming that right now whatever is happening, so same thing will happen 10 years after. No, maybe right now our urban girls, they are not producing kids. Maybe they will produce it when they feel like the situation is more optimistic. Maybe they will, when they will feel like Modi sir will remain PM for till his alive, you know so then they will have more optimism about Indian economy. Maybe another scenario. So maybe, hope you can understand, this synthetic cohort assumption is a very interesting phenomena. Right now we have less than T 1.9, doesn't mean we will have less than that only. It can increase based on how urban women are having kids. So they are delaying it right now. People, Chepandis, are you understanding what we are discussing here? And Chepandis fast. Cheppu తెలుసు లేదు కాదు. People, are you understanding the two things which this article is focusing on based on this 1.9 criteria, excluding below 15, ever 49, and assuming that every age group woman has the same probability of having child? Are you understanding or not? So again, what is the broader implication? Southern states saying that let's have more kids, or northern states are like, oh my god, let's keep on having kids, let's do nothing and have kids because we are getting more resources from finance commission. All these things are stupid thoughts. We should focus on generating employment. Maybe the pessimism is, don't think about increasing population, this and that, blah blah blah. Decline in TFR alone does not make, again, they are saying focus, this article is saying focus on employment, education, and productivity, than just to increase fertility rate, just having kids. Do something else, having kids. So, and very good. Let's focus. Now let's solve some questions. Very interesting article, guys. I'm so tired with all the overacting I does. Total fertility rate is defined as total number of children born in country per year, and average number of children a woman would have during her reproductive life, the percentage of women giving birth each year, the number of children required to maintain a country's population size. After once I will understand. Very good. GYN, it's just that, let's say GYN is 50 years of age. Is Jivan not beautiful or 51? Can she have more childs at 51? Because 51 is the new 31 these days. So this particular, TFR calculation does not take into account GYN at 51 or GYN at 13. The second thing is GYN's probability of having a kid if she's living in urban areas is increases more when she's in the later age, let's say at 30 years, rather than let's say when she's at 19 or 20. So right now 1.9 which we are having, maybe this is because urban women, they are having lesser kids because of pessimism surrounding our economy, whatever reason. So maybe later on this will increase. Don't believe that this will continuously decrease only. So there are multiple factors involved. So total fertility rate, average number of children a woman would have during her reproductive life. Very good. MCQ 10. Consider the following statement regarding fertility trends in India. Rising female literacy and career orientation have encouraged childbirth postponement. Urban areas show a shift in age-specific fertility from younger to older cohorts. Rural areas shows a uniform increase in fertility. Now, this is a tricky question, a very tricky question, guys. If you just try it out, and correct or not correct doesn't matter. Harshanil, Tosh, Rishi, Jiva, and Annie, Anand, Gajanan, Kirij, all of you have answered. Very, very, very good. So now what we have just discussed, rural area shows a uniform increase in fertility across all age cohorts. That is not correct, guys. We have seen in rural areas, they're having kids at a younger age compared to urban areas. Why did I do this? Just give me a second, guys. So if you see again, if you go back, rural India fertility delayed mainly from 15 to 19, but they are having kids mostly in 20 to 34 bracket, and then 35 plus they decrease. It's not a uniform criteria. So they have kids more in the 20 to 34 bracket. Urban India, the girls are having kids more in the 25 to 49 bracket. So that's what they are talking about. This is the cohort talk, which is happening here. So a rural area show a uniform increase in fertility across all age cohorts. This is wrong. So if you eliminate third, you will get the answer A, 1 and 2 only. Tricky question, guys. Tricky. Hope you understood, Rishi, why B is not the answer. So Harshini, Irtush, Annie, Rishi, Gajanan, Girija, Jivayan, Rishi, Anandu, all of you have tried it. Good question. Revise this article. Very interesting article. Before we talk about Angbo surveillance, so you understood this joke. You also understood this thing. Saif Ali Khan, Taimur is so young, then Ibrahim, then they have some more kids. So again, Saif Ali Khan, but and what is guna and what is achhi baat nahi, that means this is not a good thing. So you people don't know him. He is Manoj Vajpayee, one of the best actors of our generation, and this is Nasruddin Shah. Why these people are angry, why he's saying this is not good and this is not achhi baat? Because of, see what is happening to Angbo ma'am, who is the wife of whom? Wife of activist Sonam Wangchuk. What is happening to Sonam Wangchuk? Like Angbo ma'am, Gitanjali Angbo, Sonam Wangchuk, we know he has been booked under NSA, National Security Act, because according to our new Amrit Kal and Vishwaguru India, he is the biggest means culprit of our country right now. He can do something very harmful for our country, so he has been booked under NSA, Preventive Detention Law. He is a criminal, and we all are saints. So yeah, so sad. So sad. I feel like crying when I read this whole thing. I don't know why. It's so sad. So now what is happening? It's not only confined to Sonam Wangchuk. Her wife is also being surveilled. Like, where is she going? What is she doing? And she has filed a petition in Supreme Court that this is not done. I am not booked under NSA. What is this thing? You people are surveilling me, looking after me, and where I'm going, what I'm doing, what I'm giving. This is so sad. So she has filed a petition saying that her Article 19 and 21, they are being violated. So, how many of you support this Sonam Wangchuk thing, that his detention under NSA? You can have your own opinions, but Okay, so Angmo, wife of detained Ladakhi activist Sonam Wangchuk, she filed a petition in Supreme Court, alleged that personal freedom and right to movement. So Article 19, freedom of speech and expression. Article 21, personal liberty. What is happening to Angmo ma'am? So Angmo ma'am, like Sonam Wangchuk sir, he has been shifted to Jodhpur Central Jail, booked under NSA. NSA can be invoked by both central and state government. Now, under this, Wangchuk sir is not needed to produce before any court. He can be in jail for 12 months. And then after that, that can be extended also. Because again, as we have just discussed, he's the biggest criminal in India right now. Rest everyone is sent. Although ADR, Association for Democratic Reform, says that, maximum parliamentarians, maximum ministers at center and state levels, they have criminal records against them. And not only simple criminal records, murder charges, charge like heinous crime against women. But no. These ministers, they should not be booked under NSA. Nothing should happen to them. They are all saints. Saints with criminal records, saints with murder charges, saints with crime against human, like women. But yeah, Wangchuk sir, he is the biggest criminal. He should be booked under NSA. So he has been shifted. Awesome. Our India has indeed reached or entered the Swarnim Kal. Congrats, everyone. So, allegation by Angmo. What is happening to her? She is constantly monitored by Intelligence Bureau, Rajasthan Police. She went to Jodhpur to meet her husband, and again, she was intercepted there, escorted to jail. Two officers set within earshot. Remember, she has not been booked under NSA. Her husband is. Her notes containing Wangchu's legal instructions were photographed. All these things are happening to her. Awesome, Swarnim Kal. She was not allowed to meet anyone in Jodhpur. After her jail visit, she was taken to railway station. Her escort boarded the train with her and got off only at the next station. So she's saying that her Article 19 and 21, they are being violated. Freedom of speech and expression, right to personal liberty. And then what happened? Who was doing this? The government, like the Ladakhi entities, etc. And she was also followed in Delhi. That's what she is saying. And then the counter response, Ladakh Home Department, they are saying that no, this is all baseless. This is an afterthought, and this is stupidity. We did not do anything. Now the point is, can a person, let's say somebody who is the biggest criminal in India right now, Sonam Wangchuk sir, and all ministers, as we have just discussed, everybody's saint. And so, should the members also suffer this particular fate? Is this correct? Is this what Swarnim Kal is? Maybe I don't want this Swarnim Kal or, this whole Amrit Kal thing. I was good earlier before 2014. So, again, whatever is your opinion, they can ask you this question. Is it correct or not? On the other hand, the Home Department is saying that they have not done any such thing. And yeah, she has right to privacy. So sad, man. So sad, so sad. So again, important thing, this one. MCQ 11. But again, it is what it is, guys. We have chosen our representatives. So enjoy your new India. Awesome India, Amritkal. Angmo, wife of Sonam Wangchuk, alleged that her personal freedom was restricted while visiting her husband under NSA detention. Which constitutional provision did she invoke in her plea? So, Gajanan, Harshini, Mamta, Iltush, Annie, Kirija, all of you have answered it. Article 19 and 21. MCQ 12. Consider the following statement regarding NSA 1980. Have a look at this particular question, guys. Do it as your homework. We'll discuss it tomorrow. I'm fully charged right now. I don't know why I'm feeling so angry right now. So, yes, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. And join this Telegram channel. I will share the PDF by 9:30. You can post your score. And guys, I'm very serious. Start writing answers. If you have an evaluator, good. If you want me to the evaluator, good. It doesn't matter in both the scenarios. Write answers and write fast. 50 most important current affairs. If you are prepared for PFO, you can take it from me. Mentorship program. If you need me as your mentor, if you are feeling some mental issues or any issues, I'm there for you. If your history's foundation is weak, if you don't know how to connect NCRT with UPSC pre and mains PYQs, like you can join the series. If your mains material is incomplete, you can take this. If you have any doubts, you want to study something from me, you can take doubt sessions. If you want Hindu analysis with all these jibber jabber written by me, you can take this annotated Hindu analysis. But yes, this is most important, guys. Most important. I will not lie. This is the most important thing for you people. You have to write an answer. Compete yourself. Like, just have competition with yourself. Nothing else and nobody else matters. And if I'm adding anything to your knowledge base, you can also donate. So thank you, everyone. I'll see you people tomorrow at 8 a.m. Bye bye.